Hi, welcome to the Pursuit of Truth. It is the 27th of June 2018. Just small little things. First, I just want to say about Anchor FM, which I actually record this podcast on before I put it on YouTube. Because one of my 20-minute rants, number 92 it would have been, has gone missing. So they actually emailed me again. They're going to see if they can find out the server. So it may come back, who knows. But the fact that you can actually email them and talk to them and get responses and they go out their way, if only all companies were like that. I thought I'd better say that because I have been ranting about some other companies that don't have a good customer service. So, and also, the thing I like about them is I'm on so many different, I know I only get like 1 or 2 viewers, but there are all these different places that you can get this. So yeah, all these other places you can get this podcast on. You can get it on Anchor, you can get it on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Castbox, Overcast, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public, and obviously YouTube as well, and John Doe Poems. If you're listening to me on these and you want to say something, contribute something, or whatever, then you can find me and send me a message. I don't think you can do it on Anchor, but you can do it on my YouTube, John Doe Poems. That's on YouTube, and there's a message function there. And I actually have a Twitter. I think that's under the English Poet. I think it's under the English Poet. But also I have a new Facebook page. It's not a Facebook account, it's a Facebook page, and it's called The Pursuit of Truth, same as this. So you can message me there as well, if you wish to. Or 2 viewers, or how many other viewers there are. I don't think there's that many, there might not even be 1. Anyway, so yeah, that's me waffling on about that. So, the other thing is I was listening to Jamie Brown, who was talking about the Met Office and how they do the temperatures. I know that, if my understanding is right, they have certain towers and around the country, and they estimate things, because that's one of these things that another of these lies in plain sight. Weather forecasts. We take the weather as like, this person's saying this is today's weather, this is tomorrow's weather, whereas really it's the same as fortune telling. If you say, what do you think of fortune telling? And say, well, people make it up. Yeah, because they're telling you fortune, they're trying to guess the future. Well, weather forecast is basically that, but with a little bit of science. But it is basically fortune telling, because they can't tell you what tomorrow's weather's going to be like. They can look at things, and say, based on this, data that we have, this is where we think things are going to move across. That's why weather is never that accurate, because it is guesswork. It's, like scientific guesswork, I guess you could say, in a way, but it's not like truth or gospel 100%, But I don't think people actually think about it, that when they think about weather forecasts, they don't realise that that's why they're not accurate. It's because they're actually guessing what the weather's going to be based on previous facts that they have, and based on looking at weather patterns and how they move and knowing all that stuff. And of course those things can all move, so that's why weather is unpredictable. But it is a forecast. Anyway, the other thing is this issue of passports that I've been mentioning, and the frustration of having to deal with all these different organisations. I've had, like with going through citizenship, not for myself, but for my wife and my daughter, and the amount of hoops you have to jump through, and you have to do everything in the way they want. Well, so to do with this, because I was thinking about changing my daughter's passport so it matches her ticket, but she has dual nationality, that's the problem here. So I phoned up UK Passport, Home Office, whatever it is, and they've got an advice line. So I tell the person that, and they say they can't give me advice on that, so they have to pass me to another person. Oxymoron straight away. Your advice line, you can't give advice. It just makes me think, how stupid you look. That anyone coming to this country thinking, things are as they were. It's an advice line, but you can't give advice, it's too complicated what I'm asking you. It's not complicated, it's actually on your website. I read it, but I just wanted clarification of it, but you don't know it, and you're running an advice line, answering phones. Anyway, they eventually passed me on after they took so much information about me. I'm asking for advice. They wanted to know my name, my full name. They wanted to know my date of birth. They wanted to know my postcode. I mean, what do they need all that information? And I'm sure if I say, wait a minute, why do you need all this information? I just want advice. Why do you need to take all my biometric details just for me to ask advice about something? And they probably, if I refused to give them, they wouldn't pass me on to the next person. But I shouldn't have to give all this information just to ask a question, isn't it? My whole details. But we do it, don't we? I did it. That's how stupid we are. And then eventually I got through that person, and they said, yeah, because you've got dual nationality, the original passport, the names have to match, basically. And I'm saying, wait a minute, she has a UK legal document, a deed poll. Yeah, so she has a deed poll, which is a legal document in this country that says she wants to change her name to match my surname. But they won't accept that because they want the passport to match her other passport. Well, how stupid is that? So you're telling me a UK legal document is inferior to a foreign passport just because they want to match up the names and make it easy for themselves? I mean, how stupid is that? Come on, it makes no common sense. I understand why they're doing it because it's easy, isn't it? But they're going to scan both passports, and if they ever do need to check that she's the same person, it's going to pull up the same information. Well, they could just scan the fucking deed poll and stick it there, and then they could say, oh yeah, that's the same person because look, she changed her name, it's legal, you know, everything matches up. But no, they don't want to do that. So you have to go around changing both passports, waiting 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, God knows how long. And then I'm wondering, like, when we go to the other country's embassy and we ask them, oh, will you accept a UK deed poll for a change of name? They'll probably say, no, we won't accept that because that's a UK one. We need you to do a South African one. Oh my goodness. The amount of hoops we have to jump through to, you know, to identify ourselves. This is who I am. I should be able to say, this is who I am, this is what I want you to call me, deal with it, update it. No, I have to go through all your ways to be able to do it. Why? Is it really because it's easy? Is it really because it's sensible? No, it's all because it's money. Because this way, they can get me to change things through money, and it's just, well, it is simplicity as well, isn't it? So that they can see, oh yeah, they've got the same name as that one, as if, you know, so what happens if you get married? And then I'm worried about her citizenship certificate, which is in her original name, and they're now going to say that, well, she's not that person because she's changed her name by deed poll on her passport. Her original passport's got a different name in it. I'm sure they're going to do that as well. Oh my goodness, it's just the amount of stupidity, the amount of hoops, especially in this country, that you have to jump through just to get things changed. Drives, I just can't, you know, I find it difficult to take it now, because I just feel that if it doesn't make sense, why should I accept it? Why should I? I said to her, like, I said to the person on the line, like, wait a minute, so I've got a legal document, she's got a legal document in this country, and you won't accept that for a name change? No, it has to match the foreign passport. But how stupid is that, huh? How can that be legal? Because if it's a legal document in this country, surely that outranks any other country's documents. No, it's because they're rules. Because the Home Office have these rules, then that means it nullifies that legal document. How does that make sense? Anyway, that's enough of my rant. I hope you never have to go through doing anything to do with legality, anything to do with governments, anything to do with passports and changing things. If everything's simple, it's simple, but once there's a little bit of a small little thing, then you have to jump through so many hoops to please them. Take care, take it easy, God bless and peace.